when I started the journey of TagHive, I was working at Samsung before that, so I was very happy with my job. I'm an engineer at heart, and after my MBA, I started working on more innovation, management. I started learning magic. I became a magician as well because I felt that magic and innovation have a lot of things in common. So I was doing very good in my corporate career. And then I happened to visit my village school one time, and it just struck me that while I may do good for myself and be happy, the real joy comes from giving to people. This just came in very naturally to me, and it was a Swadesh moment for me, that what can I do to give back? So I wanted to control myself. I said, I will not do this. It's crazy. But okay, let me just give 6 months of my time. I went to a lot of schools to see, is it only my village school or other schools? I went to Varanasi, I went to Visakhapatnam because I have family and friends there, and so I chose these locations. I also went to Delhi schools, MCD schools in Delhi. And I found that technology was there. Schools had projectors, old boards. Some cases the wires were broken, some people did not know. It was just lying there. And then I started understanding why is that there? Why is it not being used? And the realization was that there's no support. So I started building criteria of the thing I want to do, how I want to, if I want to enter this field, I will have certain criteria. This is how I want to do it if I need to succeed. So I said, okay, whatever we build, we need to build a very strong support team. We need to support them. We need to listen to the folks. We need to ensure that there's a usage. And that meant that we need to have subscription model. We need to ensure that there is some support we get from the school as well. This is how it all was designed in the beginning. And to ensure that schools pay a subscription, the product has to be awesome. It has to evolve every time. And then the journey started with TagHive, with Class Saathi. The other thing was, I felt that a lot of edtech companies in my time, when I was growing, a lot of companies were there, and they were growing by throwing, doing a lot of marketing, hiring a lot of people, and growing, and just throwing the product. It was a very tough choice to make. I didn't want to grow by throw, just put ads, get a lot of people, get a lot of customers, and just throw the product in the schools. I wanted to grow by show. Growing by showing was my intent. And how do I show? I show real value. The idea of designing 21st century classroom was there from a long time back, but I started putting those into slides so that I can also get clarity of what I'm thinking. So I'll present the why of that now. Okay? Are you excited? Awesome. So this is the slide. Let us see if this clicker works. Yeah. So my background briefly, I always say before we hear the people, we should know about the people. Who are they and why they should be talking and why you should be listening to them. So I have had experience in Samsung as an engineer and later on as a manager. I did my undergrad from IIT Kanpur. Very tough times, let me tell you, very, very tough times. And I felt I'm lucky. This journey, I can tell you that in a separate story time, but there's a journey that I have taken, and I've always been thankful to the teachers. Teachers have played an immense role in my journey. Just by saying to me that, hey, you can do it. I was a village boy and never imagined that I could go to IIT. Let me tell you very frankly. But my Bade sir in my school, in my village school, whom I used to visit in my primary school days, he told me, you can go to IIT. So that one thing was somehow there in my mind, and his words came true, and I went there. And after you go to IIT as a village boy, you think, okay, I'm done, all done. And then you meet people in life who tell you, your more teachers, your parents, your family members, that you can go to Harvard. Can you imagine? I was always like laughing to myself, let them just joking. But as teachers, as people around us, if you imagine somebody to do something, it actually happens. So let us always imagine good for kids. And every kid has a huge potential. If they are told that they have a potential and they can work on that, they can achieve that. So that is how I have grown through the years and through these experiences at different places. Studying in India and Korea and in the US led me to believe that education can be a huge multiplier in life. A lot of societies can benefit immensely. And I hope more people learn better, tap their full potential, and are able to help other kids in the future as well. Now, the key idea was the question, how many of us feel that today's classrooms meet the needs of students and teachers. If you had to rate on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best and 1 being the least on ranking, how much would you give as a score? Like 4, 5? I see just one hand, like less than 5 or so, right? Which means that there is a gap. There's definitely a gap. But we don't meet the needs of all the teachers and students, and I'm not saying Class Saathi does that completely now. There is a need, right? There is a need of engaging every child. We talked about backbenchers, late boomers, all that. There's definitely a need for that, right? Now, we try to summarize the challenges of classrooms into 5 buckets. The first challenge is the rising student anxiety. We heard Anuradha ma'am talked about it. People have tendencies now. And it's huge anxiety. That is because of the anxiety. And the research reports that tell us that anxiety, stress limits participation in classrooms. It's a huge problem. Second challenge is engagement. Not everybody is engaged in the classroom. Third challenge is there is one-size-fits-none teaching approach. Teachers feel that they have done their job by coming and teaching, but maybe it's not right. But what can they do? They have limited resources. They have to do their job, but that approach is not going to work. Fourth is we have lack of real-time progress tracking. Only if we measure, then we can manage, right? But you're not able to measure in time. Exams are more of a lagging indicators. They are telling you that, hey, this student is not great, this is great. This is a lagging indicator. Damage is already done. But can we have a more real-time progress mechanism? And the last most important challenge in a classroom today is the lost joy in learning. Learning, I tell my kids, I have 2 kids. They go to school. I tell them that you should feel privileged that you can go to school. Learning should be a joyful process, not a stressful process. You are learning, there's so many kids in the world who don't get a chance to go to school. And you are getting a chance to go to school, you should feel privileged and equally responsible. It should be a joyful process. People hate going to school. That is so sad, isn't it? These are real challenges. I think the room agrees to these challenges, right? And there may be more. But these are the broader challenges, and if we solve these 5, we can get double hands, when we ask a score of 1 to 10. Now, these problems that you see manifest in this graph. The attention of student crashes in the first few minutes in a classroom. Do you agree with this? Even now, if I'm not doing my job well, the attention will crash. Some students don't want to study. They feel that what teacher is talking about, I'm not understanding at all because I just lost the teacher in last month. I'm not following at all. This is happening big time. Now, to design the 21st century classrooms, to solve these problems, we've thought about 5 design elements that are necessary to solve the problem. And this is the why in continuation. The first is foundation. What is the foundation? To reduce the anxiety. How do we reduce the anxiety in classrooms for not one child too, but for every child? Very, very important. Second is action. We need to boost the engagement. Third is tailoring. One size fits doesn't work. We have to personalize learning. In the old Gurukula days, and the one-to-one teaching was so popular, and that's why it was so powerful. But as we grew, as we evolved, that was not possible to scale at cost, and hence we had classrooms, we had schools, but now personalization is lost completely. Luckily, we have now digitization happening, which is promising for personalization, but how good, I don't know right now. So this is definitely required. In education, the holy grail, the most important point is personalization. If every child feels that I'm learning at my pace, they will learn awesome. They'll do great. Fourth is tracking progress, because if we measure, we can manage well. And the most important is, again, how do we bring back joy? Reignite the joy in the classrooms. These are like fundamental elements. If we can address these, the job is done. But the core question is all the time, how? How do we do that? Many of you already have done this by adopting Class Saathi, and that is what we always talk in conferences in Singapore, other places. And what we've done is we have shown that this product actually works not only in India, but globally. We'll show you some snapshots in a moment. So that is where Class Saathi comes into play. We have 4 broader elements. Many people think about us that we are a clicker company. We make clickers. Clicker is just one accessory, one tool that we have provided. And there are a lot of other clicker companies from China that they bring the clickers. The clicker is a very old concept, pedagogically effective tool, by the way. But we have reimagined clickers to work across all conditions. Our clicker has a very small battery, which is very efficient. So I'm an electronics engineer. I used my engineering knowledge to build a technology that is low power consumption. Hence the battery lasts for almost a year. And that is our promise to you, because if you are our partners, we give the batteries to you. So it's a cost on us if you don't do a good job, right? And this clicker is also world first Bluetooth powered clicker, which means it can work on mobile devices, on tablets, on Android panels, what have you, everything. We also got a patent on this in the Indian Patent Office 2 years ago. We also have a very rich quiz bank. We have around 10 lakh questions across grades 1 to 10, all subjects. We have subjects like communicative English, which was told to us by one of the schools that we need to add that subject. We're so stressed initially, but thankful later on that we got that push. So please keep on pushing us. We'll try to add more content, and we want to grow. What we also found is the number of questions that teachers upload these days, because of the leaderboard and all, is much more. So we see around 25,000 questions being uploaded almost every week. 25,000 questions. And I request the teachers to, if you can share those questions with the wider community, we have this engage, discover function, that would be awesome. Okay, so the teachers can share that, there is a function to do that. Third is the multi-platform software. Sometimes, people say, oh, we have Ubuntu, we have Linux, we have this, we have that, will it work? It works across all platforms. And the best part is it works without internet in the classroom. That is very powerful. I told you, I went to all these schools in the early days. One of the challenge was those things did not work because there was no connectivity. So I wanted to build the product that had no connectivity issues. Of course, for AI, we need internet, but for classroom purposes, we don't want to see that thing moving on. It works all the time. And most importantly, the last piece which helps us bring personalization is the AI. Everybody talks about AI these days. We've been talking about AI ever since the last 6 years. Before even ChatGPT came, we had built models. Of course, with the coming of language models, our efficiency has gone up. And we built our own GPT, Saathi GPT. That is our model. That is the model that we took from the open source. And then we started training that model with our data. And it is a very powerful model now, to the extent that even companies like Samsung, they wanted to test our model with Gemini and see how good we are. Because we believe that we built a model that is very powerful, which means that when you search using Saathi Genie or you ask any questions, it is not going to OpenAI's API or OpenAI's technology. It's using our technology. So it will do a better job in many times. And sometimes it is slow, but we're trying to make it faster. So this is what we have done. This is how we believe that Class Saathi, with its combination, can do a great job. We have a video which we'll skip. We'll skip the video because you all know about Class Saathi. This is a principal from Olivia School in the northeast, and she wanted to put this video together to encourage parents to choose her school over other schools. So, of course, our team creates a lot of videos to talk about Class Saathi, but I was blown away that this video did a better job than what we do. So, I would request you all, if you can make your own videos and upload, it really spreads the word in a much more effective manner. So I'll skip this video because you know about this, but she has been very kind and
smart classroom solution that brings.
Okay. So you saw that. So overall, Class Saathi has 4 elements, and I'll tie these all to the 5 design elements we talked about in a moment. So teachers are able to save time, as some of the teachers and educators mentioned, in assessments. Students have a lot of confidence, and the backbenchers particularly are able to now find more joy in the classrooms. We also have a dedicated student app. Many of the schools have not used it, the student app yet. But I encourage you to tell your students to also use Class Saathi. Teachers can give homework to the students. Let's say we do a quiz in the classroom. Some students will not perform, some will perform. Now, the next step is the most important step. So what? So we allow teachers to give personalized homework to every child, depending on the classroom performance. Personalized homework. I think that's so important. That goes and students can log into their ID and access the homework, do the homework, and we also have a tutor, a dedicated tutor, a ChatGPT-like tutor, but better than that because the tutor knows what questions the student got wrong in the classroom. The virtual tutor that we have in Student app, it knows about which questions, which concepts, or what is the topic being taught in the classroom, which GPT would never know, right? But that tutor knows. So that tutor is a smart tutor. So I encourage, of course, we don't want to push this because many times it feels that we want to increase the usage of our product. That is never the intent. From the marketing point, it's more about creating value. So I would urge you to see with few students, and if it's adding value, please try to ask more students to use the Class Saathi student app. It's completely free. We don't show any ads on the student app as well. It's completely free. It's in the package that you get. Third is the parents. We also have a parents app. I'm sure many parents are not aware of this. And we want to take it slow. If you have parent community who wants to know, you can let them know about this. They can start using it. But we never want it to be a told thing. They should discover on their own slowly. And if they find value, continue to use it. If they don't find value, they can let us know. We'll try to improve. And most importantly, I think one of the school leaders mentioned that you have changed schools, you are far away from the school where you are, and the school leaders need to know, these managers perhaps need to know, principals need to know which teachers are doing great. If students are performing poor, that means perhaps teachers need more support, right? We have a cookie cutter approach. We provide the same training on same topics to all the teachers. Why do that? We have data points now. So grade 3, chapter 5 is not great. So let's train the teacher on that particular topic. Wouldn't that be awesome? Right? So we have data points to look at and then work on those. So if you do that, what we have found is Class Saathi is able to bring back the attention curve to its original high level. We've seen this multiple times. Even the backbenchers are now leaning forward. They want to enjoy the classroom experience. School, no bag days. If students, if they're not well, as ma'am mentioned, they want to come in and participate. So that is the joy that we have reignited with Class Saathi. Also we found, and I think it was also mentioned in one of the testimonials that came out this morning, that many technologies benefit good students, better students, but very few technologies benefit the struggling students. So we have seen schools without Class Saathi and have seen schools with Class Saathi, same schools. We've done pilot studies with government schools, with private schools, and we have found that the scores have improved tremendously for everybody. Especially the struggling students actually score double the score. If they're scoring 20 previously, now they're scoring 40. Mr. Bill Gates mentioned that same thing, that most technologies in education are designed to support motivated students, but very few are actually designed to support struggling students. So I wrote to Bill Gates as well that we have Class Saathi now. So I hope one day he sees this, and when he's in India, he wants to visit a school that uses Class Saathi. So let's hope for that, okay? And clickers, as you know, it's a pedagogically effective tool. There are research reports, there are books on clickers, that clickers reduce anxiety and increase the pride of fun, increase the joy of learning, bring pride in learning. There is research report. So clicker as a tool, as a concept is a powerful idea, but many folks in the past have not been able to design it in a proper environment. Now, in the AI age, we are able to get the classroom learning data and feed that data into the AI engine, and then use that data and the engine to personalize the learning for every child. The timing is awesome, and the product is also getting there. So talking about the 21st century design elements, I think Class Saathi has been able to embody all these 5 design elements. We reduce anxiety because these are low stake quizzes that students take. There's no marks as such, and by doing that, वो बोलते हैं ना, खेलते खेलते सीख गए kind of thing. That is what is happening. And it boosts engagement for every child. It actually personalized learning because every child gets a clicker, every child has a learning journey. When you have PTM meetings, you can actually show the performance of each child over the past few weeks. Which topics are not great, which are great. This is awesome. We just cracked it, right? Personalized learning. And then tracking progress becomes so easy. for all the stakeholders. Teachers now know which concepts are not doing great. Educate the leaders, school leaders know which teachers need more training. Parents have more information on how they can support. And most importantly, the joy is back in the classroom. Our classrooms are the noisiest classrooms for good reasons, right? And that is the way it should be. And I have a lot of beliefs about education. One of the beliefs is that learning should happen in the classroom, and that's it. About academic subjects. You learn in the classroom, after the classroom you focus on extracurricular, do other things. People go to tuition centers, do this and that. I hope there is no tuition center in the world going forward. Schools, learning should happen in the school, students should learn, everybody on the same page, and then find their passion and pursue that passion. So that is what we have done, and Class Saathi is trusted by 15,000 classrooms globally. We have schools globally, and I'll show you a map of few regions where we are. I'm very proud that I've brought Class Saathi, the Saathi word, to the world. When I go to Africa, they say, Saathi may not be that great word for the region. But I say, no, it's a great word. So people around the world now know what Saathi is. I say it's a companion, it's a friend. Even in Korea, we have Class Saathi. Okay? In Malaysia, in Vietnam, and also we are entering few other countries which are here, in Poland, UAE, even South America. And these people are excited because it's so simple. Anybody understands. Ministry of Education in Vietnam, Ministry of Education in Malaysia, they are sold onto this, and they are bringing it to all their schools there. We have a small team. We don't have anybody in Malaysia and Vietnam, but we have partners who are working with us and making this possible. In India, we have all these schools, that we have put here. I think it is just a representation of the kind of variety we have. Even Vedantu uses this Class Saathi in all their learning centers. We have all the JNB schools across the country, around 650 schools who are using. So Class Saathi is present in every state and every union territory of the country today. We are very proud about that. With a small team, we have done that. And this is also very important. I'm a very humble guy generally. I don't want to talk about awards. For me, the most important award is a happy user. But this has come and we want to talk about it. Over the last 6 months or so, few things have happened for good reasons. I believe in the bamboo tree model, that if you plant a bamboo tree seed, it comes out after 5 years, and when it comes out in a few months, it just goes tall high, right? So this is what has happened with us. Education, I think I see that more happening. MIT Solve recognizes us as the top company in the education field. Out of 3,000 applicants that applied, only 30 got selected. Huge recognition, 1%. That is the tip of the iceberg. But what happened was, we applied for MIT for 4 years. We got rejected every year. So we kept on improving the narrative, the story, the product features, and now finally we got it. So it has been a journey. It is not just it happened instantly. Harvard Business School published a case study on us. The professor that I was in touch with at Harvard, he told, Pankaj, let us tell your story to the world. And it took us 9 months to conceive the case study. Finally, it's out there. And I ensured that our team leaders, all the TagHive team leaders' names are there in the case study. They feel proud about it. And I think it was a great idea. And third is UNICEF, the UN body, UNICEF, which has a mission of leaving no child behind. They think that Class Saathi is that platform that does that. Because UNICEF is in all the countries, and they have requests from the government to recommend companies or recommend products. Now, as a UN body, they're not allowed to do that. They have to be unbiased. So they made a learning cabinet where they're putting the tools, the technologies that they think are going to make a difference. And only 5% of the companies or tools that apply to that cabinet get in. So we are lucky to be in that cabinet. We're the only Indian company, either 1 or 2 Indian companies that are there, so that is there. And most recently, I think just 2 weeks ago, 100 Global. 100 is a company or institution based in Finland. We all talk about Finland and we talk about the Finnish education. So they choose a few companies across different sectors who are worthy of the name in this global collections list. And we are one of the few edtech companies that is there. And this has all happened in sequence, back to back. I think the bamboo tree model has been now, is working perhaps. And of course, we got all these awards that you see at the bottom as well. We are also a part of the Amazon Education Equity Initiative and a few other awards that we have got. We have not, many times people tell us, I mean, there are some awards that people ask us to pay for. We have not paid for a single award. We don't want to do that. It has to be organic, very, very organic. Okay, we want to do that. And the most important award for us is your happy faces, is your feedback, is your confidence in us. So please, keep that in mind. That is in the backdrop all the time. Okay? But this was important, so I wanted to show this to you. That world around us is recognizing us. Also, we have taken a bold step of bringing AI to the forefront. Many times it challenges us, but we want to just keep on challenging the AI and build the product. This is a 30-second video. I'll play this to show you a few things that are coming in or that are already there in the AI landscape of Class Saathi. Already came, but I think if you use it, if you use the product on your own, you'll see those features. And if you need support, our team is more than willing to come online or in person, visit your school and do a training for your teachers. And I think this is what you get with Class Saathi. You have these clickers, the kits. Our mission is to transform classrooms from boring to scoring. Scoring doesn't mean only high marks. Scoring means more energy, more passion, more inclusivity. That is that. And we give you continuous updates. We don't want to just relax. We'll take your feedback from the teachers, and we will keep on updating the platform. We'll evolve the question bank. We give you lifetime warranty on the clickers. And it will work. It's made in South Korea. It is very robust. We'll also keep on giving you batteries if they run out. Of course, batteries will run out every year. We'll keep on replacing them. We'll give you support all the time, and also we'll give you unlimited training sessions, as many as you want. So thank you so much for listening. This is my promise to you, our team's promise to you, and we really look forward to seeing you enjoy with Class Saathi, and many students will benefit from it. Thank you so much.